hi everyone, and welcome to my video. This is the video where I transform into the man of your dreams. A very simple sort of thing. I mean, I've been told ever since I was young that I look like a 15-year-old boy. So for that reason, I thought today I would make your 15-year-old One Direction dreams come true and turn myself into the missing member of Water Parks, or that band that used to tour with One Direction, 5 Seconds of Summer or whatever. So as you can see, we're starting off here with first snatching my ends, okay? We're just gonna pin curl because we're gonna put on a wig, okay? And I look filthy just like the man of your dreams probably is, you know, sort of never washed in 3 days look. That's exactly what we're going for here. Okay, grungy outfit, dirty hair, nothing your man wouldn't also represent. Nothing out of the ordinary to see here. Okay, so we're pinning up my average brown hair, you know, the usual sort of thing. Getting ready to look snatched because, you know, how else are we going to change you from straight to gay and back again? Okay, a little time lapse here, jump ahead. Try to ignore me lip syncing. I just cannot help it because, you know, everything is about me, just like your man thinks everything is about him. Excellent. I'm doing my hair properly the way a real drag queen would do it, or the way a real stage performer does it. I was taught by the person who did wigs from Motown on Broadway, which is a weird flex, but just the truth about wigs, really, when it comes to it. I got a hairnet here, not a wig cap, full wig cap, but, you know, it does the job all the same. It's really important. So we're beginning the transformation into a 15-year-old boy. It's happening. It's very simple. This is the part where I show you how to properly pin hook your wig cap into place should you try to turn into someone else's man of their dreams. Very simple thing to do. Just pin toward your face and then tuck it up and back to make sure that it snatches all your baby hair ends. You can see I'm dragging it along the line there. Very important. It grabs all your little baby hairs. Okay, and now we move into the next section where I begin to apply moisturizer, because if there's one thing that you don't want an ashy man, alright? That's never on the docket for the most attractive man that has left you on red on Tinder, okay? If there's one thing that he does have, he has good skin, okay? This is the best my skin has looked in years because I have cystic acne, but I've been taking really good care of it. I'd like to send a special thank you to Glossier for a priming moisturizer, which I'm using here, okay? In order to look like the man that's left you on red, I have to keep up a certain amount of excellence to make sure that I live up to you. Now we're moving on into face part. Please ignore the fact that it seems a little dark here. It's really not. If you can see my neck, you see that they match in color. It's just the lighting in this case. It seems a little weird. We're using Fenty Beauty because we want to make sure that none of our sins are shown to you, because we have to pretend to be the perfect man for you. We're emotionally unavailable, and so any real patch of skin also has to be unavailable for you to take a look at, very simply. So what I'm doing is I'm going in the darkest color around the ends of my face because boys tend to have a darker skin color than girls do, even if they're the same ethnicity, but you see it still matches my hands, right? Very important. And I'm going up in the ears because I don't want to look crazy, and going down into my neck too, making sure we look good. Now, in order to continue to look like the man that's left you on red, that you're telling all your friends that you're in love with and he's going to be your baby daddy, I have to also make sure that I look completely blended and also entirely like I'm wearing just the right amount of contour, but like not enough that you would get suspicious. So as you can see here, I'm just going under the eyes and onto the forehead to make sure that we look completely blended, and down into the neck because two-tone is in, obviously. Your man has to look like he just woke up with this perfect contoured blend going on, so I'm gonna try to recreate that for you. As you can see, no more zits. Your man has never had acne in his entire life. Girls have fallen over him since he was in middle school, and he doesn't know anything different. He went to Yale, he gets perfect grades, and he intends to go to Harvard Business School because he's gonna get his MBA and make six-figure salary so that you can go party in Mykonos. That's all. In this next step, we're gonna powder because your man doesn't sweat. He never gets oily. He was a pro soccer player. He wears nothing but Nike and Adidas, even though he has never worked out in his life, or if he does work out, he still doesn't sweat. He just listens to Drake on repeat. He's always in his feelings, and therefore, so are you. He's emotionally unavailable, and so is any of his sweat. He's on that Edward from Twilight bullshit. Over here you see my contour palette, very important, highlight and contour. We're only going to be using contour from NYX to make sure that he's got that summer glow that says, I'm wealthy and well-traveled, but I don't go outside long enough for it to hurt my skin in the future. your children will always be safe in my hands kind of skin. And over here you see me going over my eyes because you're only into men that look like they haven't slept in days, and I understand that. You want men with heavy brows, Neanderthal, that's the look. You want him to look like he's got a little bit of a mustache, like maybe he could grow it if he wanted to, but you know in reality he never can. He's on that Curtis Connor porn stash look, but that's okay, because every punk boy you've ever met in your life is on that porn stash look. We are making my brow darker here to make sure that I look like I could have been a Neanderthal and could have claimed you by pounding on my chest. Very important. We're especially going to go under the eye because I have to look like I haven't slept in weeks. If I look like I haven't slept in weeks, that means that you have kept me up for weeks. And it will make you feel like you want to keep me up for weeks, which is exactly what we want. Here you see me darkening the brow, very important. And I'm gonna blend it out because I don't want it to look too suspicious, okay? And here we're blending out my mustache because we gotta make it match. We want it, once again, we're giving you porn stash, but not uncomfortable porn stash. What ethnicity is he? Is he white? Is he Greek? Is he Middle Eastern? Is he Hispanic? We have no idea, and for that reason you will brag about me to your friends. We want to look like I have had day-old eyeliner on for the past 3 years, because something about that gives me that Green Day unattainability, like I've never had a job in my life, and yet always will have one, and always look exhausted from doing nothing. And here you see me darkening my brows, okay, gotta make sure that we've got that full brow on, because you know what they say, okay, the thicker the brow, the thicker the thumb, the thicker the foot. All of that is connected. You catch my drift, alright? The thicker the bush, rather. Your man doesn't have patchy brows. He's slept well the past 30 years, despite the under-eye bags that he's sporting. He's never gotten his eyebrows done in his life, because that's gay. And you'd never want a man who even thought that any type of skin care or hair care in his life is just completely unattractive and not for men to do. If he's lived in his basement his entire life in his parents' house, that's the man that you want. I have brows thicker than your dreams and longer than your lifespan. It's okay, I will outlive you with that good Harvard money that I've been keeping. Now we move on to blending here, just to make sure that you can't tell any of my lies or secrets. As I said before, any patch of my skin that's uncovered will be covered because we don't want you to catch on to any of the previous things that we've been going on before you. We want you to think that we were virgins up until we met you. And then that's when we changed the game up on you, right? You changed us. You wanted us to start doing skincare, so we did. You wanted us to start sleeping more, so we attempted it, but you wouldn't let us because looking tired was part of your fetish, but it's okay. I'm looking like that love child between Noel Miller and Emma Chamberlain. Once again, day-old eyeliner because we want you to think we've been in a rock band and we have emotions when in reality we are sick and cold on the inside and soulless. Now here's the part that gets really interesting. This is the final transformation into the lost member of Water Parks. When I put on my wig, you can see it's blonde. You know, what is it about dark-haired white boys that like to dye their hair or bleach their hair blonde? But it's never as toned as this wig is, but that's okay. We can forgive ourselves for the moment for the fact that this wig is actually the correct color for our skin tone. Not quite, but close enough, closer than the orange that your man has. Now you can see me adjusting it because I'm not sure whether or not I want to go with that long street skater, long boy hair out of the way style or full frontal bang serving you Amish boy Aryan race. Not sure, we're deciding. Gotta cover up the roots or attempt to, even though in actuality every man in your life doesn't give a shit if his roots are black and the ends of his hair are blonde. You know that he finds that to be the most attractive part of his head. Now as you can see I have a Bring Me the Horizon sweatshirt, okay, because your man has never grown up past the age of 12, so he still listens to Screamo and old-timey 2008 Screamo. I'm still rocking the Amish bangs, but we're gonna fix that in a second while we wear this Warped Tour outfit, because your man doesn't go outside unless he wears something from band to let you know that he listens to bands. Right? He is different. He's special. He listens to rock music, okay? With this haircut, you see that I got him sporting my lemon hat, looking like Lemon Grab. But we're also making sure that we serve you looks, okay? We're also making it look like we might have a bowl cut, might not. Here's where we change it up on you, because now we don't have a bowl cut. Now we have that long, full frontal bang that every emo boy band member has ever had in his entire life. We know this is your fetish, ladies. The longer the hair part, the more likely we are to get in bed. We gotta tuck it away, make sure, because our power is revealed in our hair. You'll wait online for hours to see me and I'll be bored when I meet you. I'll just pose and I'll be too hot. It'll be 98 degrees outside and I'm wearing this outfit, right? That's the look. That's your boyfriend. That's your man. I'm sitting here, I'm singing some fucking Never Shout Never to you. That's exactly the kind of man that you want, right? This is your man, the man that swiped left on you on Tinder that you hoped would swipe right. The guy from down the block who you've been obsessed with for years, even though he's never had a job in his life. This is your man's. This is who you want, ladies. Oh yeah. That's what we're serving you. He's even got nails. Look at that mess. And finally, some non-wig looks as well, so you know what we look like with dark hair. Because you know we can serve it to you both ways. We serve it to you Harry style, just the V part, and the non-V part.